Good evening, people. It's Matt Rogers, and it's the 6th of the 6th, 2017, Tuesday, and it's now 7:23 p.m. here in the northeast of England. And I just want to show you this. This is an excellent piece of footage that was sent in by a very respectable man, a kind man called John, and he has picked up a TV program. This is a drama TV program, and he had seen on the footage two objects that are right left side of the sun, and you can see them on the screen here. I'm going to play this piece of footage to you as well, this clip that he recorded, and you can see those them clouds that have been burnt away, the hydrogen being burned off them as they go past the sun, and you can see that these are not lens flare because they don't move, they stay in the same position behind those chems and those cloudings. You will see this. So please enjoy this short piece of footage, and John, thank you for doing this for us, because it's important that every single subscriber sees these images. So now I'm going to play this piece of footage for you, and bear with me a second and we'll get this sorted now.
What are you up to?
Daydreaming.
Wheel Grace. You don't intend to resurrect her.
My finances ever match my ambitions.
What I've done is here I've zoomed in on the footage, and you can see that, can't you, very clearly. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across here. You can see this. It's just outstanding. I mean, you can see that there's an object 100% up there in the sky, can't you? I'm going to show you the piece where it's behind those chems. Can you see this? I'm moving across the screen now, and I can show you this, can't I? There's those clouds, and you can see that those objects are behind those chem clouds. I mean, you can see this, can't you? It's so blatantly obvious. And this piece of footage would be they'd be using a high quality camera for these drama programs that you see on the television all the time, and now we're picking it up on these programs as well, and we could see this in the sky every single day. You're going to catch this now, these objects. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There's the objects. I've zoomed in now. You can see the Sol, the sun, and you can see those two objects to the left hand side of the sun, and it's being, as I said before, filmed in a very high quality, high definition 1080p camcorder. I mean, these professionals use these special cameras to film these TV programs that cost a lot of money, and you can see those objects up there. So again, I will play the footage one more time, but John, thank you for sending this in. Brilliant.
What are you up to?
Daydreaming.
Wheel Grace. You don't intend to resurrect her.
My finances ever match my ambitions.
Okay, we've got another fantastic image. Images that are coming in now, and I will show you these now on the screen. This image here is from Ron, and Ron has been sending some fantastic images in. You can see this, can't you? This is pointing northeast, and he's using a Nikon 900 camcorder, I mean, a fantastic camcorder that picks up a lot of images. Let's zoom into this. I mean, there's something that's up there, isn't there? These objects, these celestial bodies, are up in the night skies and they're being picked up everywhere now. And I believe this is why they chemtrail across the sky, so we don't get to see these. So again, Ron, just absolutely amazing to see these. They really are. So I'm going to go and show you another image now. See what else we can see here. This is another image. I mean, look at this. This is another one from Ron as well. You can see this object in the sky. I mean, again, space weather is getting very erratic, isn't it? I mean, look at these images. There's something that's up there, isn't there? I mean, you can see the shape of this object as well. I mean, is this Nibiru or Helion? Because if you look closely, you can see the roundness of this celestial body and the trash that's coming off this object. Just very, very spectacular. And thank you again, Ron, for sending these images in. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you another image as well that Ron sent in. Now, this might not look much, but you can see, can't you, that there's some objects that are showing just above the sun. This has been taken above the sun, and you can see these two objects, can't you? Not sure what they are, but they're there, aren't they? 100%. 100% them objects are there showing on the screen, and this is above the sun to the 12, between the 12 and the 1 o'clock position, Ron says. I mean, you can see these, can't you? So again, we're showing proof now that there is objects up there. I'm going to show another image now. Okay, now this was taken as well by Ron as well, and these look very strange, don't they? They really do. I don't know what they are. I don't believe these are satellites. I believe they look like UFOs, objects, don't they, in the sky. I mean, there's loads of them. Look, absolutely loads of them. Let's zoom into some of these. There's one here, look. Can you see this? The shape of it as well. Are these demons? Are they UFOs? There's something, aren't they? And they've been spotted by other people in the past as well. They're very strange shape, and they seem to morph in and out of shape. They don't stay the same shape, and we've seen these on other pieces of footage as well. They stay up in the skies, and they just move in different positions and rotate round and things like that. I mean, you can see this one on the screen, can't you? We're seeing a lot of these now, aren't we? So again, thank you, Ron, for sending these in. Let's go to another image now. This one as well that Ron sent in. You can see this, can't you? This is another object that was spotted in the night skies, and this was northeast again. There is a green celestial body that's up there lurking in the skies. You can see this very clearly, can't you? Just absolutely spectacular. A fantastic photographer. He sends me in lots of images, and I will be showing you other videos as well of these images. I mean, look at this. Just absolutely outstanding. So again, Ron, thank you for sending this one in as well. Now this one here, okay, is just proving that there's lens. I mean, there is lens flare here, but the thing is, though, you can see all those chemtrails, can't you? And all the toxins in the sky, and you can see the sun has changed its shape, being that simulator that's up there. You can see this, can't you? This in front of the sun. There's an object up there, isn't there? There's something, because, as I said before, if you look at the screen carefully, you can see it's far too dark. Far too dark for the time of the day, being 1. And also, you can see this on this image at 5:04. Now, I've got the other image that's at 1 PM, and it's still the same darkness. You can see that white hot looking sun, and it's still dark through the day here. In the UK, sadly, it was very cloudy. So when I get clear skies, I will keep my eyes up there for you to see what we can find as well in the clear skies. This is another image that was sent in as well. I mean, look at this. Okay, there's a blue object, okay, that's east, that was taken way up there in the skies behind the Chems, the clouds. There's an object, you can see this. Now this object, is this the blue Kachina that we're seeing on the screen here? There's something that's up there, isn't there? I mean, I know more, sooner or later we're going to see these, aren't we? We're going to see these celestial bodies that are out there. These objects here you can see on this screen here, on this cam. Can you see here and here and here? I mean, look at this, okay? You've got a cut here. Is there an object that's in front of it, just above this? There's something there, isn't there? Something that's clipped in this object. Can you see this? Very strange. I mean, we're seeing these now, aren't we? I mean, look at this. Here. Here. And here. I mean, these are the objects that we're seeing now. I mean, they are out there because, again, Ron is in the USA, okay? And I'm in the UK, the Northern Hemisphere, and I can see very similar objects up there in the skies, and we're all seeing the same thing, aren't we? We're all seeing these same objects. Let's go to a different image. This is another image that was taken on the 5th month, the 21st, 2017 at 3:18 AM. I mean, you can see this object, can't you? Let's zoom in. You can see this, can't you? There's something, I mean, it's a very strange shape, isn't it? It's like an orb, isn't it? Some sort of orb that's up there, you know? And again, we've just got to provide the images, haven't we, to get the truth out there. But again, Ron, thank you for this spectacular image. Thank you very much. This is another image that was sent in. You can see this very clearly, can't you? Now the sun is to the left-hand side here. You can see the glare of the sun that's coming through, and also there's another object that's out there to the right-hand side. And we've said this all along, haven't we, on the different videos, that there is an object to the right-hand side. Very spectacular. But there's something there, isn't there? You can see this quite evidently. Here it is. Just here. Zoom out just a little bit. Something here as well. Can you see this? Huge celestial object. A huge reflection. As again, we are seeing these reflections all the time. Every single day. And again, anybody else that sends in images, I will show them onto video. And I've got a pile of items that I've got to sort out and show the world. It's so important, isn't it, that we show every single person what's going on up there in the skies, all the images. Okay, we've got the chart here in front of me, and I want to show you a few things, okay, that Ron's picking up the area, okay. Now, we've got the Earth here, and these objects are up this way, heading beside Jupiter, these ends, okay, and we're seeing Jupiter quite bright in the night now, as well. And I believe also that these, I mean, the thing is, we're being bombarded by these solar flares right now, attacking our Earth. And it's a situation now, isn't it, that if you look at this here, hold on, there's a huge shadow, okay, that's coming in. You've got the Earth there, okay. Now, to the right-hand side, where Jupiter is, here on the chart, if I bring it round, it's brightening up very bright, isn't it? Jupiter is right now. And there's something coming in this way. Okay? Something coming in this way now. Because we're seeing our moon that's very, very bright at the moment as well. And Jupiter's very bright. So I believe that when Ron's looking at these images, they're coming from this area. And I've noticed this as well quite a few times. I mean, let's bring the chart down a bit. Okay. So something big is coming down this way right now. And I believe this because when I look at the skyline cams, I see those huge shadows. And also on the Mexico cams as well, I see a huge shadow to the right hand side. And also there's an object that's in front of our sun right now that's darkening the skies. At many parts of the earth they're seeing dark skies, and other parts here in the northern hemisphere we're seeing a bright white sun, aren't we? All the time. So this object is coming round this way. Again, we're going to all see Nibiru. We really will see Nibiru, this heavenly body, because every single time we see the whole situation, we're seeing dark skies and then light skies. I mean, it's not just staying in one position. It's moving across the sky here. And as it's doing this, there's a huge reflection coming from the sun that's brightening up these heavenly bodies, Jupiter and Venus, that we saw 3 or 4 months ago. We saw Venus brighten up. So again, on the charts, you can see that the diagram and the mapping is right. That these objects are coming in this way. And we're seeing those reflections from Earth, and we're seeing the blue reflections on the cams and the red reflections as well. I believe to be the blue Kachina. I mean, these heavenly bodies, most of them can only be seen through an infrared telescope. But again, the only way we're going to tell about this at first is when these other celestial bodies brighten up. Far too bright. I mean, the sun's brightening up now. It's too bright now, isn't it? Far too bright. And we'll get to see, I mean, the moon at the moment. Our celestial body, the moon. Here. It's far too bright and it's acting very strangely, isn't it? Right now. It's far too bright. And again, we've just got to we've just got to get the messages out there, haven't we? So I'm going to check this chart all the time, because when I look at the stars and skies, I can see a dark shadow, especially in the daytime. And if you look when the sun goes down, look the opposite side on the horizon, you'll see a red reflection, a huge red reflection out there in the stars. So again, thank you, John, for sending that piece of footage in. That first piece of footage of the heavenly bodies that are out there up by the sun. I mean, you could see them, couldn't you? Okay. And again, Ron, thank you for all your kind effort sending them images in. And I will show people other images as well of these objects everybody else is seeing. It's just absolutely fantastic. But to note again on this chart is I mean, there's a lot going on now. So let's take note now, and we'll move on to have a look at some webcams. We're going to have a look at the Soho chart first, and then some NASA images, and then some webcams. So again, respect to everybody for looking at these charts, because we're seeing objects up there. And I apologise that it zoomed in just shortly. It does this sometimes, and I've noticed on the a lot of cams now, they sort of they stop and start all the time, and we get white screen on the Mexico cam. So I apologise for all this. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the Soho chart. Okay, I've noticed something on there, and I want you to look at this. You need a sharp eye to look at this, okay? Very important. Just noticed. If you look at this, can you see this round patch? Okay? It's the stars run out. I mean, look at this. There's a round sort of object that's out there. Okay? Now you've got this star, and you've got the stars, but you can see this. If you have a look again when it starts again, the footage, you will see this. Look at this. Just across here, there's something here. Do you see this? I'll show you now. Look at, you saw where I pointed out the object. But when you see the relapse, when the time lapse runs again, have a look at this. Okay, I won't put the cursor on it, but you can see something round. Can you see this across here? Could be nothing, but it just looked huge. I mean, pausing the video and enhancing it, whatever, there's some sort of object there. That's I mean, it could be nothing, but it just looks strange. Can you see this again? The roundness of this. Look, see the lines here. Anyway, you can see the space trash anyway, and all the activity coming from the Sol, the sun. You can see it all, can't you? It's just getting really crazy out there now, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Okay, let's check some of the NASA cams for you. Okay, now we're on the NASA cams, and I want to show you something that rises in the sky. Is this a huge celestial body, or is this an unidentified flying object? Now, it's in the middle of the screen. I'll show you this. It's just here. This object, and it moves upwards and just stays hovering. I mean, watch this. Playing the cam now. You can see this rise if you look at this on the screen now. Something is rising on the screen. And you see this was taken yesterday on the NASA cams. It's rising too fast. Can you see that rising? I'll zoom into it in a second or two, but I just want to show you this. You can see this, can't you? It's no way Jupiter or Mars or the Moon or anything like that, no way. Because when zooming in, it's like a line in the sky. You can see this, and it's moving too fast. Far too fast to be any other celestial body. Is this an asteroid? Is this wormwood? Or an unidentified flying object? I mean, look at it. You can see it's moving far too fast. If you look on the cam, you can see the Earth is moving very slowly. And known celestial bodies do move slowly as well up there. When we see them from eye view with the naked eye and using telescopes, but you can see that it's moving quite fast, can't you, up in the skies? Can you see that? That's not a lens flare. That is something else that's out there in space. Can you see the way it's hovering? Very strange. It's again so important to show these objects up there in the heavens. I'm going to zoom into this now, okay? But you can see that, can't you? It's way out there in space. It's nothing to do with the space station. It's nothing to do with any reflection from the sun or the Earth or any other known objects. It's something else. It could be a huge asteroid. It could be something that the government don't want us to notice. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on this now for you. Okay, you're seeing this now. Okay, now in the background there's nothing to show just yet, but you'll see it just come up. And it just sits there for a while, and then it starts moving upwards quite quickly. Very quickly to be any of the known objects we see up there that's naturally up there in the heavens right now. It will show itself. I apologise it's taken a little long to catch this, but it's very important to see this piece of footage. You can see it now. It's just coming up on the horizon now. It's moving up on the horizon there. Can you see it here? Just here. It's like a line in the sky, and it's hovering very strangely back and forth. Can you see this? That is out there 100%. And again, I've seen these objects up there in space. They are here. These celestial body pieces of rock that's coming in through the Kuiper Belt, they are here. And these other beings, these UFOs, these things are up there in the skies, and they're up there in the heavens moving across the stars at night time. And I said before, didn't I, in another video, about them interstellar starships. They're out there, 2 light years away from our Earth, orbiting our path of the Earth at millions of miles an hour. And the public need to wake up to this. They need to know the truth of what's going on up there. We're seeing these all the time, aren't we? It's just spectacular to see this heavenly object. But again, I'm not sure what it is. I'd like to zoom right in. But again, NASA should be using high definition cameras. But they don't, because they don't want the public to notice the truth that's out there. And it is. The truth is out there. And humanity have been silenced. I mean, they don't get told anything. We only get, as I said before, spoon-fed information all the time. NASA, never a straight answer. It's 100% true. We can see this. Here it is again, zoom right in. It's a shame really that we can't use a high definition camera to zoom straight in so we can see what it is. But it goes straight up into space. Right up. And it must be going at very fast speeds. It's just going up the screen, you can see this. It's a shame because tonight I wanted to have a look at the stars, but it's just very cloudy, so going on these cams is just again very interesting because majority of the time, especially if you look up at 2 AM in the morning northeast, you will see these objects that move across the skies. Many of you have seen them as well, and I respect you all because we're all fully awake to this now. They can't hide it anymore, can they? It's going far too fast. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get other pieces of footage and videos and get them onto video to show the world that other subscribers are seeing the same as what we're seeing. And also, again here in the Northern Hemisphere, the UK, very pink colourings behind them clouds, them chem clouds. And also at 3 AM in the morning you can hear at least 5 or 6 planes spraying the skies early hours of the morning up there with them turbine planes all the time, just to cover the truth, to cover our skies all the time. Again, you can just see this object is moving straight up to the top of the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go now, and I will come back to you again very, very shortly with other images of what I see in the skies, and also those fantastic images coming through. So please prepare for this, because as I said on the last video, I do believe the rapture's coming. I do believe that things are going to change, and we're seeing a lot of problems on our celestial body, the Earth, now, and it's just a case of just keep monitoring everything and checking everything out. So please take care. Good evening, people. It's Matt Rogers, and it's the 6th of the 6th, 2017, Tuesday, and it's now 7:23 PM here in the northeast of England. And I just want to show you this. This is an excellent piece of footage that was sent in by a very respectable man, a kind man called John, and he has picked up a TV program. this is a drama TV program, and he had seen on the footage two objects that are right left side of the sun, and you can see them on the screen here. I'm going to play this piece of footage to you as well, this clip that he recorded, and you can see those them clouds that have been burnt away, the hydrogen being burned off them as they go past the sun, and you can see that these are not lens flare because they don't move, they stay in the same position behind those chems and those cloudings. You will see this. So please enjoy this short piece of footage, and John, thank you for doing this for us, because it's important that every single subscriber sees these images. So now I'm going to play this piece of footage for you, and bear with me a second and we'll get this sorted now.